Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon. I'm back. The Black Order update has came out. So I'm just going to give you a rundown of everything that's new. First off, they changed the background. I love when they do these for new updates. I don't know, it just sort of makes the game feel a little fresh. And it's actually a really similar background to the one Future Fight had for a good bit of time when they introduced the Black Order. So kind of nostalgic seeing this sort of purple space background, and I just love it when they do little new backgrounds. It's the little things that can make a big difference. So first off, let's go to the inbox, because with this update, it did come with a bit of a delay. It didn't come out when they first thought it was. So people were like, "We need compensation," and they were complaining about that. I think I'm never against compensation. I'd lean on the fact that I think we should cut them some slack, especially during these times. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. They're probably working from home. They're still trying to push out this update. Google and Apple's probably short-staffed right now, and they're working from home. So there's a ton of things that could go wrong in putting out a new update, especially right now. And I just appreciate the fact that they're trying to put out a new update currently. So I definitely think we should go a little easier on them for a lot of the bugs and that kind of stuff in this update. Because again, they're not working like normal right now. Nobody is. And there are a lot of bugs in this update. There's a lot of little things here and there, but I'm not going to talk too much about those because those are going to get fixed hopefully soon enough, and we'll get compensated for them, so they're not anything to worry about. I believe I should have the compensation in my inbox. No, I don't. But so they have the 10 for 10 still here. Second strike. So there's an issue with the milestones where there's some getting, I think, it didn't start on time. There's a bunch of little things that went wrong. So there's a little gift right there. They're giving us that bonus. I'm going to talk about that compensation a little later, because I saw somebody post a picture of it in the Discord server, so I believe that will be going out to everyone soon enough. But let's first go to characters, take a look at the new characters, because that's why we're all here. Skip out of this. Scroll all the way to the bottom. The only added Corvus and Proxima to the game right now. And Thanos, I did take a look at him. I'll talk about his skills a little later, because they do talk about them in the dev blog. But you can't see his skills right here as far as I know. I think it'd be nice if there's a little button like right up here where you could switch between his basic form and his empowered form, so you could see both of his skill sets, because they are a little different in his empowered form. So I just think that'd be a nice little change right here, so that way you could, you don't have to go to a separate blog to see how Thanos truly is. But if you look at that right there, he does have the Infinity Gauntlet, so that's pretty sweet. But let's talk about Proxima and Corvus. So the Black Order, of course, are looking pretty good. From what I'm understanding, they're going to be a pretty good arena team. That's what I'm hearing. But let's talk about Proxima and Corvus and what they're good at. So Corvus is a 3-star unlock. Proxima is a 2-star unlock. We'll start with Proxima, since she's the one we're all going to be getting in the campaign. There is an offer out right now to buy Proxima with real money. I wouldn't do that because, I don't know, I just don't think Proxima's that useful right now, especially without the Black Order. It's not like you're going to be buying Proxima and she's going to immediately be doing incredible things for you. At least I don't really feel so right now, not until the whole Black Order's out. Then I can understand maybe spending on them. Again, I don't think the offers are really worth what they're asking for you to spend in order to buy them. But I especially don't think it's worth it right now because the full team isn't out. But let's talk about, well, first off, she's a controller, Black Order, Cosmic, Skill, Villain. So this is her basic attack, Starless Strike. This attack cannot be blocked, and if Corvus Glaive is an ally, this cannot be dodged. They have Corvus Glaive in this kit a lot because Corvus Glaive and Proxima are sort of a thing in the comic books. But as you can see, it clears positive effects, and as you upgrade it, it'll clear more positive effects, and you'll get an assist from Corvus Glaive. And that's essentially it. It is going to clear 2 positive effects. You'll have an assist from Corvus Glaive. It cannot be blocked, and it cannot be dodged, assuming you're running a team with Corvus Glaive. But you're going to be doing that if you're playing Proxima Midnight. So pretty nice basic attack. I'm always a fan of when we see things that clear positive effects, because I think we're in a pretty buff-heavy meta right now. So I love seeing people being able to clear positive effects, because I think when you go against a team and they have like 30 buffs between all the characters, that's like one of the worst things in the world. So again, I'm a big fan of seeing them have things that can clear buffs. Her special attack, she attacks the primary target for damage, and then it chains within 2 spaces of the previous target, and then she'll apply offense down, and she can chain farther, and she can apply offense down for 2 turns. So it's a pretty normal skill right here. Nothing too crazy in this one. Offense down's nice. And again, she's a controller, so that's going to work well with the team, help keep everyone else safe. But nothing too crazy with the special right here. I'd say the basic attack's a more interesting thing. And then Last Light. She'll attack the primary target. This cannot be blocked. Change speed bar by 10%. Apply slow. She'll then apply stun. And then it'll change the speed bar by 50%. So this is kind of crazy. Plus, it's going to have piercing. So this is just going to sort of stun somebody pretty much. And they're going to be out of commission for a bit because then they're going to have a 50% decrease in their speed bar. So this is a pretty good skill right here. This is going to help keep the other team on lockdown. Especially because we have to see how the Blank Order works exactly. But they're going to give the stone to Thanos. Right here on ally Thanos' turn. If he doesn't have the stones, then all the Black Order gives them stones. So it's really important that Thanos makes it to his first turn, because I think that's how people are viewing it right now. This is how you're going to counter this team. You need to burst down Thanos before the Black Order can give him his stones, because once he's buffed and he's in his ultimate form, then you're going to have a lot of trouble dealing with Thanos. So it's nice to see Proxima have some stuns and stuff like that in her kit, so hopefully she can slow down the enemy team to give Thanos time. But as we can see right here, Proxima gives the Space Stone, which gives speed up to Thanos. And she gains speed up whenever she spawns in. She gives all the Black Order focus, and she can actually clear stealth from the most injured enemy on her turn. So again, nothing too crazy here, except for the fact that she's giving an Infinity Stone to Thanos. So she's not that crazy of a character on her own, but I think she has a nice place in the Black Order. And then we'll talk about Corvus Glaive, who also came out right now. So Corvus Glaive has that grin right there, a little bit of a smirk. He's a brawler. And of course, he shares all the other same traits as Proxima Midnight. His basic attack, Shadow Slash, cannot be blocked. If Proxima Midnight is an ally, this cannot be dodged. So similar to Proxima Midnight, clearing positive effects, and there's piercing on it. So yeah, this is actually pretty similar to Proxima Midnight's basic attack. Again, always enjoy seeing things that can remove buffs. Bloodletting, attack the most injured enemy for 100%, 160% piercing, ignoring taunt and stealth. This is kind of cool. I don't think we see a lot of things. I think the only skill right now that ignores taunt is Deadpool, and that only attacks the most injured target, so you don't exactly have that much control over it. And I don't know if we have much where you can just attack somebody that's in stealth. So this is an interesting attack right here. A lot of piercing too, so very interesting skill. This will sort of allow Corvus to do pretty much whatever he wants. And you know, even if you taunt first turn with Drax or something like that, Corvus could still go for Rocket Raccoon. So interesting special skill right there. Grim Glaive. Attack the primary target for 80% piercing damage. During stealth, this ability deals double damage against the primary target. If they have defense up, attack all adjacent targets for 8% piercing, and as you upgrade it, it just deals more and more damage. So during stealth, so essentially you're going to want Corvus Glaive to have stealth. I'm not seeing anything here that gives him stealth. Does any of his passive give him stealth? It seems like it has more stuff right here where he says he gets better when he's in stealth. But I'm not seeing anything else about him gaining stealth. So maybe Ebony Maw or somebody like that is going to give out stealth. I'm not seeing anything else in his kit where he gets to get stealth, because it seems like a lot of his skills work pretty well when he is in stealth. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about how he gains stealth. So we'll have to see how he can get that. Hopefully Ebony Maw does something like that, and that sort of makes Corvus Glaive work. But he gives the Mind Stone, which gives offense up to Thanos. Plus, he starts with offense up. And when an enemy or this character drops below 50% health, gain +1 stealth. Oh, okay. So there we go. You had to scroll down. I was reading that when I was talking about it. I was like, when an enemy drops below 50%, there you go. So he gains stealth when enemies drop below a certain percentage of their health. So that's actually kind of cool, and he can get +1 stealth up to max of 2, so you can have it for 2 turns. But yeah, he's just giving damage to the Black Order. He gets even stronger when he's in stealth. You know, more damage, and he's getting stronger in stealth. So Corvus Glaive seeming a lot like an assassin right here. He can pretty much go for whoever he wants. Plus, he's going to get even better when people drop below a certain percentage of their health, and then he's just going to be able to do a ton of damage to them. You know, crit, ignoring taunt. So he's a bit of a scary character. Especially with that weird grin on his face. So before I talk about anything else, let's go to the blog and talk about Thanos. So here's Proxima Midnight's icon. Here's Corvus Glaive's icon, and then here is Cull Obsidian. I'll sometimes call him Black Dwarf because he was called that in Marvel Future Fight, so that's sort of what I'm used to calling him. But Black Dwarf and Cull Obsidian, I mean the same person when I'm talking about that. Here's the icon, the loading screen. And here's that issue resolve thing I was talking about before. So I think we're all going to get this. But I know at least some people have gotten this, and I think they might have had a glitch when they were receiving it where they didn't actually get everything they said they were going to receive from this. So maybe they're waiting to send it out to the rest of us until they fix it. But this is something we could probably expect to be coming soon. I'll talk about this, advanced options. This is pretty cool, but I'll talk about that a little later. So here we have the update right here. Let's zoom in. Nothing too crazy to talk about here that I haven't already talked about. But what I do want to talk about is Thanos. So here we can see he's been updated. He gets the empowered form. So when he's empowered, his basic turns to Infinity Blast, attack primary target for damage and apply bleed. And that also does damage to adjacent targets. So this is just better than his basic attack right now, and he still gains counter. Pretty crazy. Time shift. This is pretty crazy. He can flip all negative effects to positive effects for allies and all positive effects to negative effects for all enemies. So this is just like, because again, like I said, we have a very buff focused meta. You know, I mean, that's insane. Now the question is this guaranteed? I'm gonna lean on it is guaranteed to flip all the effects, but I don't know if there's like, you know, focus and all that sort of goes into it. But that's crazy. That's gonna do a lot for teams, especially teams like AIM. You know, assuming you've already flipped your negative effects to positive effects as the AIM characters, and then he flips them back to negative. That's gonna be a little awkward. Plus, he's going to apply Taunt to Cull Obsidian for 2 turns. So it's looking like when he becomes empowered, he no longer is going to be taunting himself. He's then going to be sort of passing it off to Cull Obsidian, and Cull Obsidian is going to be taunting. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. His ultimate, Celestial Barrage, he'll attack all enemies for piercing and drain. Repeat this attack 2 additional times. So this is kind of like his ultimate, except he does this 2 more times. So pretty awesome. Plus, it lowers the speed bar of all enemies, and this attack cannot miss. His passive, at first look, it would seem to sort of be a counter to the idea that you want to burst down Thanos before he becomes empowered, but this is his passive when he's empowered. So at this point, you can't stop him from becoming empowered. So this passive right here, this isn't sort of a counter to the idea that you want to burst down Thanos because he's already empowered when he has this passive. That's about it for the patch notes. Let's go back to the game. Next up, we can see that Proxima Midnight's event is coming soon. But by soon, it looks like it's actually going to start in 9 days, which is kind of a bummer. I feel like usually these campaigns come out pretty shortly after the update comes out. So, I don't know, kind of a bummer that it's like 10 days essentially till it comes out. I don't know, that's sort of awkward that the update comes out and now we're just going to sit here for like 10 days and wait for us to actually be able to unlock Proxima. But there is some good news to that. If we go to the orb that we're going to be earning in the Proxima event, the Deep Space Orb, there is some good stuff about this. Of course, Proxima Midnight Shards. But what's cool is you can also get Crystal or Ghost Rider Shards, which is pretty sweet. Also Sif, I know a lot of people want Sif. I'm not as crazy about Sif as everyone else is. I'm more excited about Ghost Rider and Crystal because I don't have them. But there's some pretty good characters you can actually get out of this orb if you're not getting Proxima Midnight Shards. So I'm actually kind of excited for that. And of course you could also buy these orbs. I believe these are from the offers. If you buy, yeah. So this is the pure Proxima Midnight orbs. Again, I wouldn't buy this because again, Proxima Midnight, she's not that useful right now. So I don't think there's much need to buy that. The last thing of interest that I wanted to talk about was if you go to settings, if you scroll down to advanced, they have some advanced settings here. So you could change your raid key reset. You can also open multiple orbs at once. I don't have multiple orbs, so it's not a problem for me. Allow portrait screen rotation. That's interesting. You could maybe play this game in portrait or something like that. That's interesting. Enable low graphics mode. That's nice for some people that's phones are a little older. But probably the best thing here is cycle through save squads and blitz menu. So if we go to blitz, I'll show you guys what this looks like. Super simple, but incredible. So you have to of course download all the characters again when the new update comes out. But look, now when you want to move on to your next battle in blitz, well, you have to hit find opponent. But look, I can just change team. Whoop, and then I hit find opponent, and then I'd fight my battle, move on, find opponent. Boom. That's great. That's awesome right there. The fact that you can just click a button to move between your teams. This will save a little bit of time when you're running blitz. Instead of you having to go in and then you have to click here and then you'd have to wait for it to load and then you'd have to select one from here. Now you can just hit a left or right arrow to move between your saved teams. So all in all, not a bad update. I'll be excited to see how the Black Order works. Really cool to see Thanos with his Infinity Gauntlet now. Only bummer, there's a long time till the Proxima Midnight event starts, so we actually really don't have any new content for a good bit. But I'll enjoy getting to stare at Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive in the locked character screen. But I guess this gives everyone a little more time to build up their cosmic heroes for the campaign. And with that being said, I hope everyone can have a happy and healthy day. Keep staying safe. And at the end of the day, what do I really know? I am only an 18-year-old. Have a nice day, guys.